With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think that for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Vinatieri set to get us started, and we are underway in Foxborough. This fielded at the 2, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Ready, 60 Pittsburgh.
Move.
They'll run on first down. Dickerson, he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Steve Young. Steps away to his left. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Young. He's going to air one out. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Young is set to throw, buying time to his left. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Here's Young. They'll indeed go for it. Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by an American hero, Pat Tillman. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one's Veterans. They start on the ground here at Sanders. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
From the 29, Young dancing to his left. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. A gain there of 21 yards. On first down, Dickerson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Now on 2nd and 13. Young, flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bobby Bell, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Young. Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. And this is caught inside the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Young. Now Young loses the football. It's stripped. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they come up now 2nd and goal. We're scoreless after 1. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Forced out to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Young now. And it'll be intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. Well, partner, Thanksgiving in the rearview mirror, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all gone. And now if you look at the top 4 seeds right now as we hit, is it the quarter pole or the 3/4 pole?
It is the quarter pole. We get to thank our NFL reporter, Randy Moss, who also has a great background in the sport of kings, for letting us know that's one of the most misused terms in that sport. It is the quarter pole, right? What are they headed for the home stretch, is what he also said about it. I can't wait to see how this thing ends.
Well, we got New England and Baltimore, the top 2 seeds. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That's the Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor doing what he does best.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
To try again after the sack. Brady. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Darius Leonard picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. On 3rd and long, it's Brady. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory, going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2.
Ready. 18, Gator. Topper. Snap.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
61, match box, right.
Young off the bootleg. And this is going to be intercepted. Rod Woodson with a pick. CD with that incompletion. Let's look at some of the big games week 13. So these are ones that our crew probably think of the biggest 4. Let's rank them 1 to 4 as far as how big they are and what they mean. Baltimore at Buffalo, San Fran at New Orleans, KC at New England, Seattle at the Rams. How would you rank those? What do you think?
Well, this is going to sound self-serving since I'm working San Francisco and New Orleans, but to me that's the number 1 game because the number 1 seed in the NFC will be determined that week for that moment. Okay, the winner of that becomes the number 1 seed. I think the number 2 game, Seattle at the Rams. because Seattle's trying to maintain pace with San Francisco or become the #1 team in the NFC West. And the Rams have to have it if they have any designs on making the playoffs. The #3 game, Baltimore-Buffalo. Buffalo's announced its presence, that big win on Thanksgiving Day over Dallas. But Baltimore's the hottest team, the best team in the league over the last 8 weeks. And then you finish up Kansas City, New England. How is that the #4 game?
I know.
Hard to believe, but it is in this instance.
To throw, it's Brady. Man open, it's Moss, complete. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Brady. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. CD, while we have a quick second here, I want to give a shout-out to 3 teams who have struggled mightily this year, who all got wins in Week 12. The Dolphins, the Redskins, and for their first win of the season, the Bengals.
How about you? I love your empathy, right? You hate to...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
Airing this one out for Fitzgerald, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Pat Tillman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
He's going to try and go deep again. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Reggie White, what a force. Got back there for the sack. Now Brady. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group.
Now they're going to try this again. It's another fake. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, they look like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. 25 yards that time. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and goal, Young. And it's a touchdown for the Packers. Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And Brady's throw there, incomplete. With that incompletion, I want to revisit some playoff talk. We talked about the top 2 seeds, but let's break down the AFC playoff picture. Ravens and Pats on top. If the season ended, we'd be looking at the Bills in the 5 spot and the Steelers the 6. That would give us wild card games of Bills, Chiefs, Steelers, Texans. You give the Titans, Raiders, Colts, or Browns any shot, Charles?
I give the Titans a shot. They get Houston twice in the last 4 games of the year. And the way they're running the ball with Derrick Henry and their defense playing well, yeah, they're very confident right now. The Raiders, no, I don't give them that type of a shot. I think they're a year ahead of schedule with the season that they're having. The Colts, I do give them a shot. Okay, Jacoby Brissett, if he can get hot down the stretch and they get Marlon Mack back running the football, I think they can have an impact. In Cleveland, no, I don't give them any shot.
And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Young. Going to throw again. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. Here's Young from the shotgun. And this is going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
Recon, 132 fighter.
They'll try and run for it. And he there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Packers unable to pick up the 1st. And the Rams are going to take possession of it, turnover on down. They'll run on 1st down. It's Green, and he'll be taken down at the 18. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Brady.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. On 1st down, Green. He takes us from the 30 to the 34.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Brady. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Following the interception, Young letting one go deep for the end. And it'll be intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Brady now to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Well, CD, earlier we looked at the AFC playoff picture. Let's quickly peek at what's going on in the NFC right now. We mentioned Seattle and New Orleans would get the byes if the season ended today. The matchups, though, first-round wildcard weekend would be sick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Darnell Dockett breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now Gurley. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up. Third and long for Young. And now here is another interception. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great effort there. Taking it in. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here. A first down throw for Young. Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. He's got Michael Irvin complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Packers. Young now, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. There goes a deep, and he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Jared Cook, 32 yards, and the Packers have taken the lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Brady to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick.
60 Pittsburgh. 61 matchbox light. Defense.
1st and 10, Young. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Rob Woodson. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Gronkowski, the intended receiver. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Touchdown, Packers. Michael Irvin there to make the grab. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time, 1 play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Now this one complete on the slant route. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Looking to throw again on second down. Brady got a man. It's Randy Moss. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Completes it to Fitzgerald. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Larry Fitzgerald, 32 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Gurley. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 13 yards, first down, Packers. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do.
Now the ball comes loose. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. This will be caught by Randy Moss. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Here's Ray Guy now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. To throw is Brady. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only... With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Now the elder statesman of the NFL, Adam Vinatieri, set to get us started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Packers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 10 Nova. Check back 50. I'm coming for it, son. I'm coming for it. 2.
First down, Young. And he's got his man on the out route. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Rams have got it back.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incomplete.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Gronkowski, the intended target. Young on first down. It's complete. It's Fitzgerald. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Steve Young. And an alley to run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
The second down throw for Steve Young, incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Open man is Michael Thomas. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Not there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play. First half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
That throw by Young incomplete.
Yeah, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. And he comes back with one complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. On second down now, Dickerson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Young. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Larry Fitzgerald, 29 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The fly route works for the TD ground.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Well, that throw by Brady incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lawrence Taylor gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for their offensive guys.
And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. Here we go on 4th down now with Brady. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deion Sanders. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Now a 1st down throw for Young. And he finds Fitzgerald. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally. Young off the play fake. Flushed out right. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. On 2nd down, Dickerson. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The Packers on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. What's that?
The play fake. Now Young. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. And Too-Tall Jones gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Brady. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Devin Hester, 62 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
15, Ronnie. 15 Ronnie.
They'll run on 1st down. Dickerson, not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Young got a man. It's Michael Irvin. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Young on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And Too-Tall Jones able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And he's got Fitzgerald. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. On 1st and 10, Young. Fitzgerald's got it right side. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look,
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Two-Tone Jones getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon on third down. Dickerson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by an American hero, Pat Tillman. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, 66.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Green brings it in. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
Every time I watch LT blow up plays just like that one, I think of one quote. You can run, but you can't hide.
He won a record 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards back in his day. He was also the league MVP in 1986.
One of 2 defensive players who won the MVP award in the NFL. The second one, Alan Page with the Minnesota Vikings, the linchpin of their Purple People Eaters defense.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Sacked there by Bruce Smith. Throwing is Brady on third down. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick.
Ready? Two-jet bombers. Two-jet bombers. Hey, I-7.
Following the interception, Young. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case...
And it's a fumble. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Right there, 54, right? Hey, Echo! No, 66!
To throw on third down. Brady, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught inside the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. That'll be caught by Hester. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be second and goal. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Rob Gronkowski there to make the grab. And the Rams have taken the lead. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? That one, a first down pickup of 8. First and 10, Young being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Another try after the first down sack. Young, flush to his right. Into heavy traffic, intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Bell. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
Regular, save. 54. Go. Hey, watch that. Check back 54. Check it. Here we go.
Brady now on first down. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Rob Gronkowski, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Rams use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and that makes it a 21-10 game. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And an alley to run. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Steps away to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. It's Young on first down. Oh, and now Young here throwing another interception. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. From the gun, it's Brady. Going up top. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. On 3rd and long, it's Brady. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now in Foxborough. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. To throw again. Young. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Young. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Here's Okoye. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. And now a carry here for their fullback. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Deion Sanders up to make the tackle. They'll try and run with their fullback. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run. It's Sanders. And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the 1st down yardage there. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Got a man, it's Randy Moss, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A. Brady now on 1st down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track. They've got his man complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. 3 yards. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. That throw by Young incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And an alley to run. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Throwing on second and 14. Brady, he's going to let this go for the... And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Gronkowski, the intended target, and it's third down. Shotgun now for Brady. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Deion Sanders. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle. From the 22, Young. Now a desperation. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Packers. Michael Irvin, 78 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Here's Young. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Brady going to throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the. Now a give, right side, Green. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. To throw is Brady. Got a man, it's Randy Moss. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Now Brady. He's going to let it fly. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. He was looking for Gronk that time, and it's 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
Brady to throw. This one taken in by Hester. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. 4 seconds to go. This would send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball...
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime...
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll run it now out of the gun. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. 3rd and 8 situation, a tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. They'll keep it on the ground. Dickerson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Haywood.
Now the first throw in overtime for Young. Dancing to his left. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They run. It's Gurley. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
From the 30 on second down, Young eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Terrific coverage in the end zone that time. Forced him out of the pocket to his right. I thought maybe try and run it there, but no one came open for him. Nice job by the defense of not getting out of their lanes.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he is in for the score! And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get...